Sorry, I have to switch the view. The podcast where pop culture and Bravo collide with a little blazing and a whole lot of commentary. I'm your host, Jenny Blaze. Whether you're sparking up or just sipping your matcha, get comfy. I have my matcha right here. By the way, lavender matcha is back at Starbucks. We're about to dive into everything going on in the Bravo TV universe from this week. And I just want to make a quick disclaimer. This show is for entertainment purposes only. Everything shared is based on personal opinion, commentary, and publicly available information. Nothing should be taken as fact. We're just here to have fun and talk Bravo. So be cool. Don't be all like uncool. Right, Luann? If you're new here, you may not be aware, but we are in our new Bravo and Blaze studio. And although our studio is new, Countess Luann de Lesseps, the life-size cardboard cutout, is no stranger to our show. Cardboard Cutout Luann is our unofficial co-host and may chime in from time to time. She likes to talk. What was that, Luann? Oh my gosh. Yes. We know that they talked about you throughout all of season 3 of Southern Hospitality. We get it. That show is over, so we're moving on. How's everyone doing today? I need to also, before we begin, I want to remind you all to follow at Bravo and Blaze on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Threads, and Facebook. Subscribe to YouTube at Jenny Blaze. Join our Patreon for bonus episodes, deep dives, and unfiltered tea. That's at patreon.com/Bravo and Blaze. We have a new merch alert. Bravo and Blaze lighters are here, but not officially launched yet. We're aiming to start shipping within the next week, so sign up for the newsletter to be the first to know when they drop at bravoandblaze.com. The newsletter sign up also gives you exclusive updates, early access, and more perks. If you're listening on audio later, please rate and review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It really helps independent creators like me keep blazing. If you're watching live, hop into our live chat. I'll be pulling in your comments and hot takes throughout the show. All right. Housekeeping is over. How is everyone feeling? I took the whole month of March off from our weekly live streams, but don't worry. I stayed on top of everything Bravo and more. I even watched a screening of Bob Trevino Likes It, starring John Leguizamo and Barbie Ferreira. And I sobbed, like straight up ugly crying in the best, most cathartic way. I highly recommend this. It's in theaters now. And I especially recommend this for anyone who's built meaningful connections online like we have here. All right, let's kick off things with the biggest headlines of the week. Before we get into the Bravo news, I have to talk about our girl, Onijah Robinson. She is safe. She's in Brooklyn, and she claims to be married. I don't know if it's to Nidel Mohamed, but she claims to be married. She had a lot of offers. If you are not caught up, Onijah Robinson is a woman from Brooklyn. She's, I think, 33 years old. She met a 19-year-old Pakistani guy online. They had a nikah, which I believe is like a wedding online. And then she flew to Pakistan to be with her new husband. But when she arrived, his parents did not approve. And they actually fled, like packed up their stuff and just bounced. And Onijah, like the queen that she is, instead of just being defeated, she camped out for 3 months in the apartment complex. I guess the reason why this brought media attention was because her visa was going to be expiring. So people are like, what are you doing here? Why are you still here? And she's like, I'm married to Nidel, Ahmed, Mohamed. I'm here to get my passport. We're going to move to Dubai and have babies. She like amped it up from there. At one point, she's like, oh, F Nidel. I'm demanding $100K in my pocket every week from the government, and I'm not talking unless y'all giving me land. Anyway, she finally left Pakistan. She went to Dubai. I guess she was supposed to go to New York, but she got off the plane and started wandering around, was detained for about a month or whatever. But we got some footage from the Shade Room, and I just need to share it because I literally this week was like, where is Onijah? I feel like I have to save her. Someone needs to go to Dubai. What is the 411? So I'm going to play what we found.
Going to jail, or was that not a thing? Like, everyone said she went to jail, she's stuck in jail. Well, listen, I didn't go to jail. I was just stuck in Dubai. It was a situation that happened in Dubai that I couldn't get over at the time, and that was it. How long were you there for? I was there for a month. Wow. After Pakistan? After Pakistan, yes, I was. That is so crazy. So then how did you end up getting out? Like, did you get in touch with, like, the embassy, or? Actually, I'll keep all that private and tell you guys that later. Okay, so I want to ask this. Are you? Yes, I.
Oh my gosh, she's so funny. She's like, it's private. It's against my religion.
On a romantic date, you know, we had basically, we met through the internet, basically. Right. But is he in Pakistan? Yes, he is. No. So have you? Wait. Okay. So when do you plan on going back? You know, we're gonna discuss that, but right now we all staying in New York soon. So that's real big. It's real big. It's real big. So we have to meet him. Wait. So we gotta ask you. Okay, really quickly. So you were asking for your money and your land. We gotta ask you, did you get the money? Did you get the land? Listen, they gonna get that land. They gonna get that land. They gonna get that 20K, that 50K out. I love that. Well, that's it. Because I know, like, you were online saying that. So did anyone give that to you? Were you able to raise anything? Well, they was gonna give me the 100K every week, but I left. So we're gonna see what they're gonna work on while I'm not there. I do have chips that have my face on it in Pakistan. I love you guys. In real life? In real life. You gotta show us.
I've seen it. She does have her face on a bag of chips in Pakistan. I don't know if she's getting 100K a week, though. That seems a bit of a stretch.
Respect for the law, 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 respect to the law. Wait, so really, really fast. Okay, wait. So there was a guy that you showed, and he was kind of bothering you, and you had a cigarette. You said, "I'll burn your face." What happened? Because the people were kind of taking that. Was my driver. You know, it was paparazzis all around me. I wanted to go home. He wasn't listening. So I was just playing with him. It was just a joke. It wasn't nothing that serious. That is something. Okay, wait. So have any celebrities reached out to you? Have celebrities in your DM asking you? Well, I have to ask my manager about who's been reaching out to me, period. Okay, yeah, because okay.
Can I get one last shot right here?
Can we see a movie of your life?
Oh my God. OMG, I love this woman so much. Did you see how she was posing at the end? She was doing TikToks from Pakistan. She recruited a whole team. Shabana. I love her so much. I'm so happy that she's safe. But let's move on. I believe, okay, so by the way, those videos are from the Shade Room on Instagram. I'm moving on to Potomac. I saw this on the Real Housewives Zone on Instagram. Real Housewives of Potomac, Karen Huger, terrified of street thugs behind bars. She's drowning in legal bills. She's having total panic attacks, insomnia, and not eating. I mean, I kind of expected that. What do you all think? I mean, if I was Karen, I'd be lifting weights. Like, you don't want to mess with this. watch out. I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm still shocked over them taking her straight to prison without, like, there was no goodbyes. There wasn't even like a hug to Ray. She shouted out in the courtroom, like, God's with you. God's got you, blah, blah, blah. Like, what? Oh my God. It's so, and every day since I've been like, I can't believe Karen's in jail right now. And I was talking to someone. I'm like, I bet she is like demanding room service and stuff. Like, I don't think I feel like she may not have, it hasn't sunk in and she hasn't accepted her fate yet. And it's very sad, but she has to do the time for her crime. It's sad. Okay, let's move on. Well, before that, Max said Karen does not have her wigs. Oh yeah, and then also while I was resting during my birthday month, I did see something that Potomac maybe paused. Like, why? Why are we pausing filming a Potomac? Let's get the cameras rolling. This is better time than ever to be filming. And let's see Ray. I want to know what Ray is doing, honestly. I wonder if he's like sleeping in all day and like leaving his clothes on the floor, and you know what is going on with Ray. We need to see this on Potomac. They need to do something. I'm so against them pausing because Karen's in jail. Just Jen said the real question, can you wear wigs in jail? I don't know. Oh, Giselle is checking on Ray, said Max. That's good. Just Jen said Ray's living his best life. That's what I mean. I want to know, like, is he going out? Is he in a good mood? Or is he like super depressed? Is he like, I'm filing for divorce? Or is he like, I'm just going to have a little sneaky link on the side while Karen's out, or not out, but in like, yeah, I don't know. Just Jen said Giselle's a good person. Giselle will take care of Ray. Oh my God. Can you imagine Karen comes out and Giselle and Ray are in love? That would be the end. Like, it would be all over. I don't think we'd ever see any of them ever again. Okay. Enough about Potomac. Let's move on. Real quick, I'm going to talk about this because I already talked about this on a bonus episode. So apparently, since the end of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, there has been some information uncovered, public information, and that was discussed on my last episode with the Bravo Germ. We recorded on Sunday, okay? I hadn't even released our podcast episode, the audio or the video, but we were threatened. The Bravo Germ and I were threatened after we recorded and before we released. I'm not even going to show the screenshots or whatever, but they were attempting to dox us. Like, that's illegal. That's a crime. So for someone to do that over me recording with someone who said they have public information about a housewife is very alarming to me. But we went ahead and released the episode anyways on Wednesday evening. You can go listen to it wherever you get your podcasts. You can watch it on YouTube. There's a link in the show notes. There were many false claims made about me on Reddit, but since it's the least credible social media platform run by anonymous users, I just ignore it. And one of these days, maybe I'll make a movie of the fake Jenny that's talked about on Reddit, because she seems way more interesting than me. Truly. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's doing what? That happened? That's hilarious. Okay, let's move on. Yeah. I'm sharing my location too, because, you know, if anything happens to me, you will all know who did it. Okay, let's move on. The Bravo TV lineup, since going on a little mini pause during March, Real Housewives of Atlanta started. Actually, no, wait, I think maybe it did start before I went on vacation. But anyways, this week we're on season 16, episode 4, The Vault. I'll read the episode description. Drew and Ralph attempt to co-parent while dealing with their court issues. Portia's working 9 to 5 to elevate her brands and businesses. She said she wants to be like Martha Stewart. And Angela hosts the ladies to a private dinner in Bankhead where Brit loses her cool with Kenya. We're going to get to all of that. Okay, number 1, Ralph. I could have gone the rest of my life without seeing Ralph's face ever again, especially on Bravo. But there he was this week, up close, front and center. He had a confessional. Since the day he first came on our screens on Atlanta, and I'm not like a diehard Atlanta, like I haven't watched every single old season. I kind of like jumped back in after COVID. But as soon as he came on the screen, I was like, there is something not right with this guy. Like he's giving like sociopath vibes. I don't know. I was like, this man is creeping me out so hard and I'm scared for Drew. At that time, I was scared for Drew and I'm still scared for her. But can he just go away? I was floored when they showed a clip where he gave a tour on camera of his lower level dwelling space in Drew's home. Like, I could not be more appalled. I was just like, are you kidding me? This man is not only shameless, but he's flaunting this. And it's crazy to me. Drew said that Ralph has taken lump sums of money from her. He's demanding child support, all this stuff. Like, oh, Ralph, why don't you go to Florida? Isn't that what you wanted to do when you were married to Drew? Why are you now wanting to hang out with her and stick around? It's so bizarre. I don't like it. I hate it. Max said, Ralph, no shirt but jacket on in the confessional. Didn't someone ask him too? One of the producers was like, why aren't you wearing a shirt? Oh my God, Ralph, please go away. Oh, I can't. Like I mentioned, Portia, she said she wanted to be like Martha Stewart, and I couldn't help but think of Craig Conover because he wants to be like Martha Stewart. So I did a poll, and I was actually shocked with this poll. I said, who is a better Martha Stewart? On Instagram, 74% said Craig. Craig Conover is a better Martha Stewart. 26% said Portia. I was truly shocked at this. Then on Twitter, it was 84% who said Craig Conover is a better Martha Stewart than Portia. Only 16% picked Portia on Twitter. What do you all think about that? In my mind, I'm like, well, Portia, obviously, because she's a woman. I don't know. Is that wrong of me? That's like literally where my mind went to, because I'm like, Craig is allegedly a lawyer, which we'll talk about when we get to Southern Charm. But why does Craig want to be Martha Stewart? And what does he know about being Martha Stewart? I don't get it. Anyways, those were the results. During this episode, I also started to realize, like, wow, we're going to lose Kenya very soon. And then sure enough, we go to the dinner in Bankhead where I really don't understand what happened that made Brit so mad. I literally, in my mind, was like, is she drunk? Is she like, what was that? Because I didn't see anything from Kenya to warrant that reaction. And especially not the reaction about Brit having pistols. I'm like, whoa, that is too far. And also a reason why I'm like, is she drunk? Because who says that on camera? Who says that at all? But then who says it on camera? That's like, you have to remember, if you are filming a reality show, everything you say on camera is like you putting it in writing and doubling down on it. So like, I don't understand how people are just so loose with their words on these shows. But that's what happens. And we all know that Kenya wound up getting fired. And based on what we've seen so far, I mean, I guess this goes back to the question, like, what are the rules? If someone threatens with violence, aka a gun, then should they be fired? And if that's the case, I did see, I forgot who posted this, but somebody posted a clip of Kenya from an old season bringing out a gun and talking about like, these women better not mess with me or something like that. So I can see like where this situation is kind of a gray area, because you're like, well, she did it to somebody else. So if those are the rules, then I don't understand. Like, how can someone threaten violence and not get fired, but then someone who prints out a adult rated picture of their castmate is fired? And I'm not trying to take sides. I'm literally like just trying to play devil's advocate and trying to figure out, like, if I was Judge Jenny, like whose side would I be on? Because even if I like someone more than the other, and in this case I don't even know Brit, and I do like Kenya most of the time, but fair is fair, and I try to be fair when it comes to any of these situations, and I will show you an exact situation, an example of that when we talk about Summer House. Okay, here's the thing I got from, I think this is also from the Shade Room. Yes, the Bravo Shade Room. Okay, so on Pop Culture Prince, there's a tweet that said, back in June, Brit said that she has never owned a weapon and that she never threatened anyone. Today's episode proves that was a lie. Hashtag justice for Kenya. And then Brit Edie posted, oh no, this is cut off, but it's something like, it's never a good feeling being targeted or hazed by someone I thought would embrace me into a new circle that I never met. For the record, I've never once had possession of any weapons or threatened anyone ever. I've never even been to jail in a fight or even as much as, or it's cut off, so I'm trying my best, or even had as much as a speeding ticket. That's not in my character. I am something by the narrative that's being, I'm hurt by the narrative that's being displayed. Wrong is wrong. I don't know about this. Why is she saying she never threatened? She clearly threatened on camera. Unless she's saying that wasn't, if she's considering that not a threat. I don't know. What are you all thinking? Oh, I didn't know this. Max said Brit dated Rick Ross. Huh. There was like a reality show recently. It was about WAGs, but was it called WAGs? There was a girl on there who also dated Rick Ross, I think. But I didn't know Brit did. Interesting. Also, what I didn't know is somebody told me that she used to be in the like adult sex entertainment world. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard. And I don't know. The whole thing with Kenya is going to be very interesting next week, because I think that's where the meat of this situation is going to happen. And I think that people online are going to be divided, or people are going to be upset, I think. I don't know if I'm going to be upset. Like, if I see injustice, then yes, I will be upset. But if like fair is fair. So I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. All right, let's move on to Married to Medicine, season 11, episode 17, The Reunion Part 2. The reunion continues as Sweet Tea and Quad's rivalry flares up once again. Heavenly and Sweet Tea consider a fresh start. When the men arrive, Greg and King are kept apart. Things turn tense as Damon and Greg go head-to-head over cheating rumors and social media drama. Simone and Quad's fiery backstage clash threatens to end their friendship for good. That was wild. Like, in the last seconds, they just start screaming at each other. And this is another show that I don't know all the backstory. I jumped in during COVID, but I love this show. And we'll see. Another example of where fair is fair, wrong is wrong, right is right. But Dr. G, I didn't know what kind of doctor he was until this week. Okay. So I don't know Dr. G with Quad. I only know Dr. G with Sweet Tea. And I don't really like what I see when he's with Sweet Tea. And I've heard really, really awful things about when he was with Quad. Again, I didn't see myself, so I don't know. But him acting like he needs security, I don't know if he needs to go that far. I thought that was a little bit much. What did you guys think about Dr. G being separated? It was really funny though when he was like all by himself. He's like, "Where's Sweet Tea?" And they're like, "Oh, she's on stage." And he's like, "Where's all the fellas?" And they're like, "Oh, they're in another room." He's like, I don't know if he knew that he was going to be kept apart. I thought he like wanted that. He requested that, but whatever. I did a poll because I think they said on the show, they're like, he's a coward. So I'm like, let me ask the audience, is Dr. G a coward? On Instagram, 65% said yes. 28% said, I don't know. And only 7% said no. I don't know. I don't know. King, is he someone to be afraid of? And then on Twitter, I asked the same thing. 88% said yes, Dr. G is a coward. Only 8% said no. And only 4% said, I don't know. Twitter is like, we know, either yes or no. I love that. Well, I don't know. But when the men were out and Dr. G and Dr. Damon were talking, I just had to take a step back and ask everyone. I'm like, and I reminded everyone, I haven't watched all the old seasons of Married to Med. So I wanted to know, has Dr. Damon ever raised his voice before? Because it's amazing to me how cool he is all the time. And it's so wild how he is married to Dr. Heavenly, who's like the complete opposite. But after I tweeted this, majority of everyone was saying like he's always cool. And I just want to know, like, is that like normal for him? Does he take meds for that? Whatever he has, I want, because I wish I was that cool all the time. Okay, so this is where, when I say like fair is fair, I love Heavenly and I'm not a fan of Dr. G, but when she tweeted Dr. G is not respected in the community and that's real talk, she put hashtags that say, and these are not my words, but they say abuser, controlling. She spelled pedophile wrong. Team Daddy Married to Med. That to me is crossing the line. That's disparaging. I'm surprised Dr. G didn't take any legal action on this, because this is clearly disparaging. I mean, that could be grounds for, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but I feel like it could be like this is enough evidence for a lawsuit, I feel like. Max said Dr. Heavenly has a poor choice of words. She really does. She needs to watch her mouth. Like I said, people who go on a reality show, anything you say on camera is like you're writing it down and you're double stamping it. So you have to be extremely careful with what you say. But yeah, Dr. Heavenly is way wrong in this situation. And even though Dr. Damon was very cool, calm, and collected when he was talking to Dr. G, I almost want to be like, Dr. G, you need to like stick up for yourself and be like, what Heavenly wrote in this tweet is unacceptable. And I need a public written apology, or else maybe we have to take it further. I don't know. Max said that's the reason Contessa is pissed at her. I know. The thing is, like, when Contessa and Dr. Heavenly were fighting, and I forgot where they were like, I don't know, camping or something, or glamping. I think Dr. Heavenly said, yo mama, and Dr. Contessa really got upset about that, which I understand, because like they were friends at one point, so she actually like knows her mother, and that her mother passed away and everything. So that, I didn't love that. But also in my mind, if someone says yo mama to me, I'm like I would start laughing. I'm like, okay, that doesn't really do that much to me. Like, not that I don't love my mother. I love my mother, but like a yo mama, come on. That's like, I don't know. I wouldn't take offense to that. And no, I have not talked about Southern Charm yet. That's last. I'm still on Sunday. I need to keep it moving. Okay. I get it. I got the hint. But like I said, I didn't know that Dr. G was a psychiatrist until recently. And it makes me feel kind of creeped out now, knowing the behavior that we have seen to date from while he's been with T. I don't want to say from the beginning, because I didn't watch the beginning. Also, did you guys know that psychiatrists are not PhDs? I didn't know that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I Googled it. I was like, what's the difference between a psychiatrist and a psychologist? And I'm pretty sure a psychologist, it has to get their PhD, and a psychiatrist has to get their master's, I believe. So their like initials at the end are different. Don't go by what I'm saying. Nothing I say is Bible, okay? Max said Dr. Mimi is a psychiatrist too. She feels like a normal psychiatrist to me. She doesn't like, her behavior is not erratic. We haven't seen any like very immature behavior from her. So I feel like that's like normal behavior. She's actually helped the group, I feel like, and she's only been here for like half a season. Dr. G, on the other hand, I don't get that from him. I don't get like helping vibes. I don't get that at all. Okay, here. And Dub knows. Psychiatrists are MDs. They prescribe. The psychologists have a PhD. Yes, that's what I thought. Psychiatrists are medical doctors. Okay. So they're a doctor, but they don't have a PhD? I thought all doctors had to have a PhD. See, clearly, I don't know everything. All right, let's move on, because we're only on Sunday. Okay. Oh, one last thing. Dr. G performs on next week's Part 3 reunion. I don't understand why these men are using this platform to sing all the time. And he's singing this song that did he make this song up? This was his way of, like, his therapy for coping with the the interaction with King. Like, I don't understand why this song is such a huge deal. It's so weird. Wait, End Up just said a PhD is a less intense degree? And MDs go through double the amount of education. I did not know that. I mean, that's what I thought when I read that. I was like, this makes no sense because psychiatrists are able to prescribe medication. So I feel like they need to know about chemistry and more biology type of things, but whatever. Okay, let's move on. For real this time. Almost, because I have to remind everyone. I do have an interview with Dr. Contessa and Dr. Simone from a while ago. It's not about this season, but you can go check that out. And now we are moving on to Below Deck Down Under. This week we had season 3, episode 9, Foam Sick. Adrenaline junkie guests are quick to test the boundaries on Katina. Laura and Weon's working relationship comes to a head when Captain Jason intervenes. A disgruntled Stu lets their attitude get the better of them when they get sassy with the captain. Capitan! Okay, Captain Jason. I don't really have much to say about him, but I do have a lot to say about Weon. Actually, I'm disappointed with Adair. I thought she was like above all of this, but she actually kissed Weon, and I thought that was so disgusting. Then after he's kissed Adair, he is canoodling with Zarina, the chef, and like, not to defend Weon, but Zarina, she is very aggressive when it comes to the guys. Like, she will force kiss, and I don't like that. Like, I don't like when men do that to me, and I feel like if a woman's doing that, it's still not appropriate. But she does it anyways. Why, Zarina? Why? Ugh. But also, we did see, I forgot the sous chef's name, but Johnny and her finally kissed, and Johnny's grown on me. Ever since the new sous chef came, the way that he has been just like doting on her, I think is kind of, at first it was a little creepy because he's coming on pretty strong, but then he respected her boundaries and was like, okay. And he does try to push it a little bit, but I also feel like that's kind of the nature of dating. Is it supposed to be like that, or am I messed up? I mean, I'm definitely messed up, but whatever. Anyways, what else about Below Deck Down Under? End Up said, the chef drives me crazy. She's so insecure and aggressive at the same time. That's what I'm saying. Zarina is out of her mind. She needs to just focus on cooking. And I still am not over earlier in the season when her and Jason were getting into it. She's like, I can't, I have so much to do. And he's like, well, why don't you just do this? Forget about that. He's like problem solving for her. Every single thing that he said to solve her problem, she's like, yeah, but then it'll be like this, and then it'll be like this. And he's like, good God, woman, figure it out then. Do your job. I mean, I don't blame him for being annoyed with her. Oh my gosh. End Up said Below Deck is my favorite Bravo show right now. I'm shocked. End Up said, do you think the Chief Stew will stay on for another season? If I was her, I would demand that Weon is not the bosun. And I would also demand, if Zarina is there, we need an all-female crew. However, I don't even know if that would stop her, because she might just start trying to make out with females if there's no guys around. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm kind of bummed that the first time we have a sous chef, it's for Zarina. And I'm not hating on Zarina. I like that she's a female. I'm all about female chefs, like raising them up and everything. But she's just is not it for me. Like, Chef Rachel would have been perfect. But Bravo messed that up, and we'll never get Chef Rachel ever again. By the way, Below Deck fans, Hannah, Daisy. Oh shit, who else? There's one other person. Hannah, Daisy, and somebody else are going on a chartered yacht, and you guys or anyone can go with them. If I need to ask her like how much that costs, because I would want Chef Rachel on that charter. And I wonder how many people can go. I think it's like up to 6 people. End up said the second chef seems like she's really willing to learn. Yes, you know what else I love about the sous chef? She did not cower to Weon. Weon abused his power as a bosun, walked into this new girl who's on the boat, who's cooking. She's working on what she's supposed to be doing. And he's like, can you make a charcuterie board for my date? And she said no, which good for her. She should have said no. And Weon's a little turd. I can't stand him. Like, make it yourself. He even had the audacity to be mad at her. And she went out of her way. She didn't have to. She still apologized to him. And then he's like, oh my God, this other girl is in love with me. Make it stop. Like, shut up, Weon. Oh, I can't stand him. He needs to walk the plank. Walk the plank. Okay. And Dub said, exactly. She said, nope. And Dub also said, and I love her and Johnny's relationship. Yes, me too. I didn't like Johnny until she came on board. And for Johnny, or the thing that like annoyed me with Johnny is that when he was sitting on that jet ski, he didn't have the keys. So he's like floating away. He didn't even try. He did not even try to do anything. He wasn't like, help, or like, hoodoo, like whatever you do, nothing. He just sat there and like would have been swept into sea if Weon didn't happen to go find him. But I'm like, Jesus, Johnny, at least like put your legs in the water and try to kick or something. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You're just gonna die at sea? Jesus. And Dove said, I love that Johnny asked the captain before he asked her out. I do love when they do that too. I think it's polite and it's cute and it shows like initiative and effort, and I like it. It's giving chivalry. Save yourself, Johnny. No, seriously, like it's still bothering me. Like, were you going to sit and do nothing until you were next to a whale and there's no boats in sight? Like, how far would you have gone? Not even like didn't even try to get one arm in there, do like a doggy paddle, nothing. Like, Jesus Christ. Okay, let's move on to Beverly Hills. So this week we had The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 14, episode 18, reunion part 1. On the heels of a tumultuous season, the ladies of Beverly Hills reunite to work through hurt feelings and shocking allegations. Dorit speaks out about her separation and feeling unsupported by Kyle, but a surprise statement leaves her at a loss for words. Beau's responds to those questioning her relationship with Keely and accusations that she was being manipulated by Dorit. Garcelle has to answer for hurtful insinuations she made throughout the year. Okay. To be honest, like, I could not really pay attention to this episode. I thought it was so dull and boring, and I just didn't care about any of it. But this season, Sutton has made me laugh twice. This is the first time Sutton has ever made me laugh, was this season. The first time it was when Kathy Hilton was asking Sutton if she wanted Dorit to announce for her at her runway show. And Sutton was like, obviously you're deranged. Like, what are you doing, lady? That was the first time. The second time was at this reunion when I don't know what they were talking about exactly, but Sutton, they were talking about like not being married and like I don't know, there being something wrong with someone who's not married. Oh yeah, it was Sutton talking about dating. If a guy is 50 and he's not married, then is there something wrong with him? Does he have commitment issues? And he's like, well, I'm not married. And she's like, yeah, well, look at yourself. I was like, damn, Sutton. She came in hot with that one. And Andy actually was like, she is not a Southern Belle. I don't know why people are like, oh, she's a Southern Belle. No, she's not. She's not. But I'm glad she's finally delivered something that makes me laugh. Also, I think it was Bravo OMG on Instagram and Twitter said something like, this entire time I've been thinking PK was his first name. So I've been calling him Paul Kemsley this whole time. And that just made me think, like, why are we calling PK if his name is just Paul Kemsley? And then I'm like, imagine if we called Dorit DK, which makes me think of Donkey Kong. And this is how my brain works. I'm sorry. Just, it is what it is. I saw the PK statement on It's a Bravo World on Instagram. So if you don't remember, I'll read it real quick. I was invited to be part of the reunion, but declined because I don't believe engaging with Dorit in this forum would be constructive. Dorit has made several mischaracterizations about me, but the one I must address is a claim that I am a bad father. That statement is both heartbreaking and false. It is deeply hurtful to me and, more importantly, to our children, who, despite Dorit's assertion, will inevitably see and hear all of this at a time not of our choosing. Those closest to us know the truth. Many have wanted to speak out, but I have asked them not to because the truth should never need a champion. I refuse to stoke a fire I did not ignite. The Dorit I married would never have allowed this, much less caused it. That woman embodied kindness, integrity, and grace. I can only hope this version of Dorit finds her way back to the person she once was. PK. Paul Kemsley. Not Paul Kemsley. I mean, I don't really blame him. It's shocking to me anytime there's somebody going through a divorce that's on reality TV and they're like talking about it openly. I think PK did the right thing. I wouldn't take this as like PK is awful. He probably was advised not to go. Law is just my hobby, by the way. I'm not a lawyer. Max said that reunion was toxic. And don't forget, Garcelle quit. So what else? Oh, actually, I didn't have time to put this in the slides, but I also did see on She Speaks with Emily Hanks, PK DM'd her. Do you guys want me to read that for you? Hold on. Let's see. I guess it happened last night. Let's see. Where is it? This is kind of a weird situation because PK technically he's not main character Bravo Lab, but he's like secondary Bravo Lab status. So I don't know how to take this. Like, it's weird because he's going through a divorce. If they weren't separated and he was DMing creators like this, I'd be like, yo, dude, like, you're crazy. But I don't even know what Emily had posted or anything, but he DM'd her at 2:17 a.m. and said, is there any chance at all that you could stop lying? I was married to my first wife for 20 years, not 9. Wait, you had a first wife? I have never had a house foreclosed upon ever, and I remain super close with all my children, particularly my 3 older ones who are not on social media. I didn't even know he had 3 older kids. Oh my gosh. Okay. particularly my 3 older ones who are not on social media, and I do not appreciate you grabbing an old photograph and posting their images on your disgusting blog. So please take their image down. First of all, Emily Hanks has an amazing podcast. Does she have a blog? Anyways, so please take their image down. He could have just asked nicely. Just stop lying for clicks and money. Ew. Feel free to post this message, although I doubt you will, as it will show everyone just what total shit you talk. Now you have no regard for kids and that are not in your for kids that are not in your super sick world. Whoa. What? Emily wrote back. She said, I think sharing this message will only demonstrate the way in which you communicate. And you sent it after 2 a.m. nonetheless. Good point. While the years you were married to your ex-wife may be wrong, which I will correct because I do like to be accurate. I never said your homes were foreclosed on, but they were in pre-foreclosure, which I stated in my content. In regard to your relationship with your children, it's interesting you say you remain close with them, quote, particularly your 3 older ones, being that the younger ones are here in LA and in the midst of your separation. I would think you would want to ensure that relationship is strong, but that's good to know. Do you send all content creators and podcasters messages like these, or am I the only lucky one? Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God, he wrote back. Oh no, this is still going. 4 of my kids are in LA, 1 studying in Rio. I'd personally stay away from my kids, full stop. Your content is designed to defame, but that's up to you. Obviously, it goes without saying that I'm close with my little ones, and you're the lucky one that gets to hear from me because everything you said was made up. Keep writing and posting about my family, and you'll see how lucky you get. If you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. That's ironic. Okay. You're not a content creator. You're a liar who posts what she wants behind a filter that's probably marginally more of a misleading image than that which you talk about. Go for it. See what a father who loves his kids will do to protect them when someone is out to harm them. And me, good luck. PK is threatening and he is vile. I'm offended. I'm offended by PK. Wow. Oh my God. Holy shit. Dude, okay. This is why I'm saying, like, I don't know if I think about the time that Bronwyn DM'd me after I said, I can't put my finger on it. I just get this witchy feeling that she's fraudulent in some way. I don't know, but I just get this feeling. And then I called her Fraudwyn. And that's when she attacked me and was like, you better apologize to me. Say that I don't know. She was like going on saying these things that I never said. And I'm like, I'm not engaging in this. And I just didn't respond. And then I tweeted and I was like, me reading unhinged DMs from Brownwind. I didn't even use her real name, but she was stalking my tweets. So she saw it. And then she replied with more lies and put her DM in the tweet. And that's when people started attacking me. And I'm still getting attacked since then. That was November 1st. So it's been a solid solid 5 months. That to me is bizarre behavior because you literally sign up to go on a television show to share your life and people are going to talk about it. Like, it's just, what are we doing here? Hello. And for them to be like, how dare you? You're crazy. Like, no, this is exactly what you signed up for. PK, on the other hand, he's not a main character. He's not he's like trying to separate from Dorit. So I kind of like, I feel bad for Emily right now. And I'm on Emily's side, just to be clear. But I can kind of see PK, like, obviously this is not a great time in his life, I'm sure. Going through a divorce while your wife is on a reality show. And I really didn't even know he had 3 older kids. But like, how old are they? Are they adults? I feel like adult children, you should be like, okay, not cool, but threatening people. I mean, whatever. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think we should move on to Denise Richards' Wild Things. We're in season 1, episode 7, My Dinner with Charlie. This was my favorite episode so far. And I don't know if it's because it was like the nostalgia of seeing Charlie on our screens. Like he was one of the biggest actors in Hollywood when I was a kid growing up. And to see him on our screens in a reality TV setting is just so bizarre because the way media has changed over the decades. It's like back then, celebrities were like, people would fawn over them. And I mean, people still do, but it was way worse because we didn't have our cell phones. And like now anyone's like can reach celebrity status. And what does celebrity even mean? But Charlie Sheen was always just, he was someone that paparazzi would follow around. He had addiction problems. His whole thing with Denise was very tumultuous. They were in the tabloids all the time, which is funny to say tabloids because like, do tabloids exist anymore? Like social media is like all tabloids, I feel like. But it's interesting. He made a conscious decision to go on this show. He's very aware of what filming anything is like, but this is his first time doing unscripted. So it was funny because he's like, yeah, hi. And I feel like he was trying to be natural, but like at the same time, I don't think Charlie Sheen is capable of acting quote unquote natural in front of a camera because that goes against everything he was trained to do as an actor. So I just find the whole thing very fascinating. And then on top of that, knowing that Denise and him had such a terrible relationship at one point, to see them now sitting at a dinner together with one of their children who's now, she's an adult, right? Or she's like 17 maybe, but she's old enough to have a conversation and have an opinion. So to see that was very interesting because we've never seen him in this light and we haven't seen him on camera in a long time. He now has bangs. I love the bangs. It was reminding me of my Meredith Marks bangs, which Luann is wearing right now. Love the bangs, Charlie. Not only did he have bangs, they were like curled in. And then they had like another layer that was like curled up. It was giving Beverly Goldberg. And apparently he also got a neck lift. And I don't want to comment on his neck and the results because I think any person who goes as far as getting a neck lift is probably self-conscious about their neck. So I'm going to just not say anything, but I would be interested in getting a neck lift someday. One day. Let's see. Yeah. So my first tweet, it's weird to see Charlie Sheen on Bravo right now for all the reasons I mentioned. Look, there he is. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see Charlie's bangs and his neck lift. What else? Oh my gosh, Lola in one scene, she was like, I went to my friend's house. They didn't know that Charlie Sheen was my dad, and there was a poster of my dad hanging on their wall. Can you imagine? Go to your friend's house and they have a picture of your dad on their wall? That would be so weird. This I found to be so interesting. So back in the day, one of the headlines during the tabloid days or when Charlie was not doing well. It said, Charlie Sheen slams ex-wife Denise Richards in nasty Father's Day Twitter rant. You're the worst mom alive, he wrote. And I could not help but think, oh my God, that sounds exactly like something Jax Taylor would say. And here we go again, more proof of my witchiness, because literally that's what I was thinking. And then we see this picture posted by Jax of himself he's holding a red flag and he's wearing a shirt that says ick. Jax. By the way, I'm so excited for the Valley season 2. Like, I cannot wait. But going back to Denise Richards and her wild things, I forgot that Denise took care of Charlie's 2 sons that he had with Brooke Mueller, I think her name is, while they were both like undergoing treatment or something. And I just think that is so admirable. And I knew that years ago, but I forgot about it. And now watching Denise Richards' wild things on Bravo, I'm like, all this stuff is coming back to me. And I'm remembering, like, Denise is a really good person, actually, I think. I mean, I didn't think she was a bad person, but I forgot that she was that good of a person. Because who does that? That's really extending yourself. But I get it. And wow, good for her. And she loves animals. She seems like a really good person. Her husband's a little wacky, but they seem to like each other. So whatever. Okay. Let's move on. Yay, Emily is here. Hi, Emily. All right, we're going to move on to Summer House. Season 9, Episode 8, Kicking and Screaming. Lindsay becomes convinced that Carl was untruthful with her while they were engaged. A shocking revelation threatens to destroy Lexi and Jesse's relationship. Oh, these two. By the way, were Kyle and Amanda even in this episode? I don't remember seeing them. Okay, number 1, Jesse Solomon is a creep, period. The fact that he even went into the room where Imral was with 2 women and they were having a threesome, that right there is a big red flag and creepy. Unless there's something going on that we don't know about, which I did hear, and I don't remember exactly where I heard it, but someone was like, I heard that they planned this at the bar or club, wherever they were before they went to the house. This was like a setup. And I don't know if I believe this because who knows, but they're claiming that it was a setup so that Jesse could hook up with this other girl without getting in trouble with Lexi or whatever, or like getting it caught on camera. And I'm like, that is so beyond, like, grow the fuck up. God, so gross. And like, just why did you even go in the room? And then you're in there for 37 minutes? That's weird. Whether you did anything or not. Ugh, he grosses me out. Also, 0 solo scenes of West going forward, please. I don't want to see West. I don't want to hear from West. I am not interested in anything West says or does, period. And I'm sick of seeing him on my Instagram feed. He's everywhere. I cannot stand it. Oh my gosh. No, thank you. West. Yeah, Max knows. West is also a creep. And then Jesse talking about, oh, the toe sucking wasn't a big deal. Like, first of all, it felt very Brittany Bateman. I have an announcement. He's like, first of all, if I'm going to have a foursome, it's not going to be with Imral. What? Dude, why is that the first of all and big, like, gotcha moment. If anything, it just shows that Jesse is fucking rude. Like, why are you pointing out Emerald? Like, what did Emerald do to you? Unless you're have some kind of phobia. Just saying. But, Jesse. He's rude. He's rude. He's sneaky. I don't like him. And then also in this episode, we see Lexi and Jesse on a date where he brings her flowers. He pretends to not remember anything about what happened, didn't tell her anything. And it just so happens to start like downpour raining. And I'm like, is that a sign? My witchiness? So he asked her officially, would you be my girlfriend? And she said yes. So technically they're officially boyfriend and girlfriend at that point. And I think less than a week before that, he was getting his toe sucked. This is why I hope what Lexi learns from this is you don't want to miss out on love, but also you need to protect your heart a little bit more, because look at this douchebag, what he did. He was love bombing her harder than anyone I've ever seen on any of these shows, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Let me know if you think someone else is love bombed harder in the comments. But on top of that, while he was love bombing her, he's hitting on Sierra pretty much. And then telling Lexi about how he's like jerking off to her and stuff. Like, gross. He is, I don't get it. I don't get it. So yeah, they're exclusive. Gross. Oh, I figured it out. Carl's new girlfriend or whatever, whoever she is, something about her was like really throwing me off. And like her energy is like this, like what's that music video, Rihanna's Disturbia? I was like, like that's what the vibe I get. And then I figured it out. She's reminding me of Hellstar from The Wrong Missy. Hellstar. I love that movie, by the way. It's so good. But what else? I want to see what you guys are saying in the comments. Max said Bailey is back. Yeah, we saw Bailey on this episode. We still haven't really heard from her after she allegedly just disappeared and stopped showing up for filming. Emily said Jesse bringing her to meet his parents because of the toe sucking stuff and saying he didn't even want to bring her. Wait, I missed that part. He said he didn't want to bring her and he brought her anyways? What a douchebag. Oh my gosh. Emily said they must have already been separated at that point, because why would you say that? Yeah. Oh, God, we're going to talk about Carl's mom in a second. So then my next tweet is not Carl's mom talking smack about Lindsay. And I did the Ashley from Southern Charm enabler gif. I was appalled. I forgot Carl's mom's name, but like, if that was my mom, I don't care how bad our breakup was. That is embarrassing to have your mom be on the same television show that Lindsay's on and talking shit about her. It's giving enabler. It's giving, oh God, I don't even want to say. My mom would probably say, just like Scott Peterson's mom. My mom is like obsessed with hating Scott Peterson's mom. Like, it's her fault her son's like this. But I mean, I'm not saying Carl's like Scott Peterson. Oh my gosh. Also, pregnant activated Lindsay is stronger than non-pregnant activated Lindsay. And I did not think it was possible. Like crazy. I love it. I'm here for it. if you don't know, I am a Lindsay Hubbard ride or die. However, let me talk about this. So I saw this on Bravo. Brit on Instagram. Hellstar, Carl's girlfriend. Apparently she posted because she wanted to make it clear that she didn't slide into Carl's DMs until October 21st. And that's important to know because this past episode, Lindsay's like, oh my God, you're a cheater and a fraud. Like I said, I ride or die for Lindsay. Like, I think that's kind of funny that she's just like going off the deep end with this. But at the same time, like, the facts show that that's not the case. So she's gonna, at the reunion, I feel like she's gonna be like, yeah, I probably didn't need to go that hard. And I can forgive her. I don't mind. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that's Summer House. And anything else on Summer House that I missed? Still appalled. I can't believe Carl's mom. Like, what are you doing, lady? That's so rude. Wait, Jesse has a new song? Back Pocket? Emily said, hate to say it, but Back Pocket isn't a bad song. Jesse's new song. I need to go listen. Hey, I'm always going to love a bop, regardless of who sang it. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Paige feeling icky with Craig. I mean, I feel like that's a whole season. We're going to see that. Actually, it's kind of like their whole relationship, even from the beginning. Remember the first time she ever cried on camera was because of Craig, I think. Not the first time she cried, but like first time she cried over her relationship. And she was like crying to Amanda, saying like, I don't know what to do. Everyone hates my boyfriend. Oh, man. Okay. Wait. Emily said, yes. Think it's maybe about Sierra? Yo, don't even. I do not want Jesse Solomon and Sierra to be together or anything. Ugh. You know what? Actually, Sierra, you're doing this to yourself and I can't help you. I don't know. She's like so amazing and like physically perfection. So stunning. But then she picks these idiots. So whatever. Do what you got to do, girl. Oh, he had a caption. Jesse had a caption that said, guess who this song is about? Ew. Shut up, Jesse. It's your huge ass mouth. Okay, let's move on before I get mad. Southern Charm, season 10, episode 17, reunion part 2. Miss Patricia arrives at her first reunion to celebrate 10 seasons. Taylor and Sally dive into the season's back and forth accusations. Craig continues to process his breakup. Austin gets brutally honest about his long-standing friendship with Craig. Craig. My biggest takeaway was that I knew Craig wasn't a lawyer. He didn't even graduate law school. And this whole time he's been fucking with us. And I'm sick of it. Like, I don't hate Craig, but why are you such a liar? Like, he doesn't, like, he didn't even say anything. He's like, I'll explain everything. When Andy was like, we have clips of you lying. God, Craig. Oh my gosh. Also, the flashbacks to when they first started filming, Craig is such a baby. And he looks so different. Like, he definitely looks young and has that like puffy drinking face. Like when people have in college, like they're drinking every day. He had that, I feel like. Cute, but you could see the difference. What else happened? Oh, did anyone see Craig's Sensodyne commercial? I thought it was, I don't even know what they were talking about or what they said, but I was just like laughing the whole time because Craig is really good at this kind of stuff. Like, he is a good model and like a commercial guy. A commercial guy, because he's cute and he's got that charm, pun intended, Southern charm, but he's got that charisma too. And his smile just it makes you smile. And I thought the Sensodyne commercial was perfect for him. Apparently Sutton had that commercial too, but I'm not a Sutton person, so whatever. Good for her. Oh, also last night, I think this might have been the first time, Andy has read my tweets on Watch What Happens Live before, but this, I think, might have been the first reunion where he read a Bravo and Blaze tweet, and I'm honored. Thank you so much. And also, the tweet that he read was not something I submitted for the reunion for them to ask. It was a live tweet from earlier in the season when they first introduced Sally. I was like, hold up. I'm still trying to process the fact that Sally is a spine surgeon, which, by the way, she kind of doubled down on it last night, but she's not a surgeon. She uses the equipment that they use or something. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. Also, I could give two shits about Vanita and JT's relationship. I don't know why, but whatever. Emily said, wow, so they're creeping. Well, I was thinking about it. I wonder what the process is behind the scenes for reunions. Do they have their social team scan all tweets about Southern Charm from this season that mention Sally? Because I feel like not a lot of people talked about her. So my tweet maybe was one of the only ones that mentioned Sally. I don't know. But that was a big question because they did make it seem like she was a surgeon, but she's not a surgeon. So I am still confused by her answer, but whatever. Emily said Craig gives hater friend energy regarding that clip of Austin, Madison, Craig talking about respect. Yeah, Craig is a hater. I did a poll on this. I posted it on my Instagram feed. I gave the results for Instagram and Twitter, and the majority, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to sway the results. Literally, I do the polls to get a temperature gauge on what everyone's feeling, and the majority said that Craig is a hater. I mean, I'm not mad at him, though. Craig is just so funny to me because he's just so ridiculous. It's kind of like how I love Meredith Marks. She'll say the most ridiculous things, and I'm like, that's so crazy that it's funny, and I'm not even mad at you. For example, when she said at the rope climbing course or whatever, she's like, oh, I can't, I have tennis elbow from churning too much butter. That shit makes me laugh so hard. And I'm like, you know what? She clearly doesn't want to do it. I'll take it. I'll allow it. And Dub said, so did Craig actually graduate? No, he didn't. He didn't graduate. Define graduate. That's what he said, actually. I guess he didn't do one paper, which is so ridiculous. Why would you do all of that work and not do the one tiny final piece? Oh my God. All right. Don't forget, I did interview Sienna before I went on my little pause. And this interview was done before the rest of the show aired. So, I wonder if she has more to say now after the whole show is aired. I wonder what she did with the shark tooth necklace, Max. Oh, Emily said, I don't have X, so I can never vote, but I appreciate you posting results on Insta so I can see them. Yes, I love doing polls because I love to see what other people are thinking. Okay, that's it for today's episode of Bravo and Blaze. I want to thank you all for hanging out. Excuse me. I want to thank you all for hanging out, getting lit, and diving into Bravo chaos with me. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube at Jenny Blaze. Join our Patreon. The link is in the show notes. Sign up for our newsletter at bravoandblaze.com so you can be notified when our Bravo and Blaze lighters officially launch. Look at that. Until next time, stay safe, stay lit. I love you all. Bye-bye. How do I turn this off? Here we go. Okay, bye-bye.